Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and get rolling here. So, plan for today, more questions, some answers. Do we have any people? Oh, we have one concurrent viewer, which is actually probably my cell phone. So, this is fun. All right. So, let's just go ahead and knock out some questions. We'll do some calendar stuff. Mr. Drucy, are you there?
Yes.
Lovely. Okay. So let's pop over here. There we go. And let's take a look at calendar. Just for funsies. Don't forget that you can access the question form from here and the answers from here also. Yes, Sophia, I saw your question. Thank you for reminding me. We'll answer it on stream today. We'll go over the whatever debugging. And yes, the result here. Okay, never mind on that. The results of the answers to the question submission form can be seen by you also after stream, and this is where what your questions look like. And hold on a second, how do we I prefer to yeah, there we go, preferably. And so we put all your answers over here. You can check later. Some of them I have answered since stream. Like I put in some answers off stream just because I was looking at it. And but I'll still go over those also. Calendar wise, due date for everything handed in. I'm still getting emails with questions about, do I still need to do... Oh, Mr. Drucy, I had you muted, so... But now you're not muted. Still getting questions via email about, do we have to do the performance test if we're not taking the AP test It's frustrating a little bit. It just is. You might as well just send me an email that says I'm not watching the streams. Um, it's the same thing. Uh, the Everybody has to do the performance test. Therefore, the grade for the quarter. Now, if you're signed up for the AP test, you need to take those projects and submit them to the College Board. They are the same thing. They are graded the same way. They have the same components. Everything's the same, except whether or not you're interacting with the College Board. All right. Make sure that you're submitting those to the original. Well, the only place you can submit them is your original classroom, which has the 2 assignments here, the create task, the 3 documents that go with that, and the explore task, the 2 documents that go with that. And so the uploads for College Board are due on Monday. We're going to have this as the due date for the performance test, but not the deadline. You'll still, it's not a all or nothing situation. But your best bet is to get those in by Friday. And yes, I suppose it is technically midnight, but again, you should question your life choices if you're up at 11:50 on Friday. So let's get to the questions did we get, whose was this? This was Eric's. I don't think he resubmitted. He needed to add some stuff about, he had like a scientific calculator thing, physics calculator, and we talked about that on stream. Okay, I already finished making the app, finished the empty app lab. Okay, so you do not need to submit it both places. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, on code.org, you are currently able to access the unit called Create Task AP Performance Task. Okay. Again, for some reason, even though we have the ability to make visible hidden, we don't have the ability to let you access more than one unit at a time. I'm sure many of you have tried to go to a lesson and it said the teacher didn't expect you to be here right now. That's that. But it is what it is. Hopefully it'll change in the future. But for now, the only one you can get to is the unit called Create Task. And if you were to go to this unit, you would see several bubbles that look vaguely familiar. There is a place here that says complete the task. You don't have to do it here. In fact, at the beginning of the year, I recommended that you do the project in a blank app lab workspace. You could do it here, or you could do it in the bubble from this unit. It doesn't matter because that's not where you're submitting it from. It's just a workspace. It's just the sandbox that you can build your app. You are going to submit them to the assignments and in the format required for the assignments. Okay, so we'll call that one answered. And let me bring chat up so you guys can see if you guys, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. About the Explore test, I would say social media is too wide a topic for the Explore task because it's not something you need a computing innovation that is recent, specifically because one of the requirements is that one of your sources is less than a year old, so it needs to be a recent innovation. There's probably something on social media or about social media that would work as a topic, but as a whole, that would be too wide of a topic. Okay, I just want to make sure the algorithm. Okay, debugging question. Still need clarification. Check results. Text display. Some more debugging. Had the so the question from um, Sophia that wow, when were these questions? Did I save it? I was planning on answering first because it was from a while ago. Um, oh my. People asking questions like I don't understand the assignments. I've gotten that one a couple times. Where is. Okay, there we go. There's one. Alright, so. Let's bring this over here. I don't know if it's going to screw up the form. Mr. Drusi, do you know if I just like put something in the form here, is it going to ruin it or is it going to get overwritten later?
I'm not sure. I would put it off to the right side in the columns
Okay,
that aren't used.
that's a good call. Let's put it here just because I want a reference and I don't want to bring up whole email. Does that work? Oh, that works fine. Could probably merge. Hold on. Format text wrapping. Okay, and then there was a link in the other one. Okay, so let's go to this. Turn this down a little bit. Okay. What happened? Oh, so, Sophia, the link you sent me is not your share link. If you could go ahead and email the share link, that will allow me to actually see your project. Are you still here? How do I get to? Did you get that? I don't know. We're on a bit of a lag. I'll come back to it. Okay, next question. Where were we? Okay, I want to make sure my algorithm is sufficient. Use fair enough. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on here. Okay, question is, want to make sure algorithm is sufficient. My algorithm determines the number of puppies. Yeah, there is. Unfortunately, I do think there is a place for making things more complex even after you've solved them because of the requirements for because of the requirements for the AP rubric. Yeah, this does look like an algorithm that uses two. It's so hard to say what they count as using two other algorithms. Whether they're counting like in the else. I do like the nested if else. I think that's more elegant than an if else that goes on forever. Um, if you could. I don't know. Yeah, I would say that's probably fine. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I'd add to that. So, yeah. So I don't have a much more specific answer. Okay, needing clarification about the question. I have trouble my output because I feel if my program is correct with check results function, um, the okay, so okay, the check results. So here's the problem. The way you are just saying sweet, uh, hot, history, savory, hot, and so on, you are using those as variables, but nowhere do you have them as variables. You would need to create a variable called savory. And you do not have a unless hold on. Also, this radio button thing. So what you want, the way you're going to use the radio button is about get property, and you are here. What is radio button? Yeah, you're not creating your radio buttons already exist on the screens, and well, that's not one, of course. Yeah, your radio buttons already exist here, so you're not creating. What you're trying to do is get property, um, get property of. Um, so we need to declare some global variables so we can use them other places. So we'll have a variable called flavor, a variable called temp, and the last one is excursion. Let's just call it excur. Var excur. And then you need to write a function that gets the property. So you would have a function that before you can check results, you would have to get results and get results, and that function get results is what's going to set those variables. So get results if get property we're going to need an equals if oh no, we can just go straight to get property. If get property of what's the first screen? Food. Is this called food screen or something? Design. What is going on here? Okay, so this is called Radio Savory, Radio Sweet. If Radio Savory is checked, then flavor equals variable flav equals savory, else flav equals sweet, because if savory is not checked, then sweet has to be checked. Equals sweet. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll give you the gist of it. Then you'd have another one if, well, I don't know what your plan is with the weather drop down. I would switch this to a radio button just to be consistent, but the excursion one is another radio button one. This is called Radio History, Radio Nature. If get property of Radio History, if Radio History is checked, then excursion equals history, or gets, excuse me, else excursion equals nature. Okay, then so what you're going to do next is pretty much you're going to sort of blow up this check results function. I'm going to, even though this is my remix, I'm not going to affect anything. We are going to, did I copy it? Let's just go ahead and start from scratch. The function called check results is going to be a nested if-else. The easiest way to do it is, I think, an if-else, but nested. So if flav equals savory, then inside of that we're going to have an if if flav double equals savory. Okay, if excur, let's just go ahead and do this in order. What do we call the other one? Temp. Let's go back to temperature, weather screen. Shoot, let's just throw a couple radio buttons out there. We'll call this one. First one will be hot, second one will be cold. We'll just know. And of the same group, radio group 1, radio group 1, radio hot, and radio cold. And so we'll throw that in here. Be an if-else if get property of radio cold, oh wait, radio hot is checked, then temp equals hot, temp gets hot. Oh, these need to be strings, because they are the word. If does it need to be if flav equals savory? Might be able to work both ways, but I know it'll work if it's a string. Okay, and then so we'll be checking if the variable flav equals the string savory, which is what we're creating here. And we'll go temp equals col. Okay, so the get results is going to get the property of each button when that last button is clicked. And it's going to set the value of each of these variables to one of two strings, one or two sets of words. And the way this is going to work is with a ton of nesting. So then this next one is if temp is equal to hot. And then in the, oh shoot, do each of these need an if else? I may have gotten over my skis here. Nope, we are going to just make this ones and zeros. Flav 0, 1. This is similar to the other one that we did. And then we need another variable called result string. And we are going to, and we can actually just go ahead and make this declare it a string up here. It doesn't really matter. And here we're going to set that to we're going to set it to flav plus 2 quotes, because we don't want them to add, we don't want it to add, like if our result was savory, cold, and history, savory is 0. Oh wait, let's say if it was sweet, cold, and nature, that's 1, 1, 1. We don't want it to be 3, which if we didn't put this in here, would actually add those numbers up. So we need to put those quotes in there just to like make sure it knows it's the actual character. Okay, so the result string is, let's see if it even works. Console log. This variable is going to get that, so I wonder if I even blew up too much. Did I get rid of the next button, get property, set screen? I may have broken too much. Or my computer is broken. I could have a app running. Okay, let's see here. Run. Yeah, that shouldn't take that long. I wonder what is... Okay, so we're hoping that it console logs 111 at the bottom. Sweet. Okay. So now we can check results. We can do a crazy if else if result string, oh no, let's type here, if result string equals 000, this will be the first, this is where you would set screen to, didn't we have like a crazy number of set screens? This is where you would set screen to something. That would be to savory, hot, history, whatever screen is that. Then it would be, let's just copy this a bunch of times. If the result is 001, then it would set screen to whatever savory, hot nature is. And then the next one is 010, and you're just going through binary, sort of, 010, and that would be savory, cold history, and so on. And that should work. Okay? So that's how that's going to work. This right here is, this is nothing. Okay? So hopefully that is some help. Let's see, okay, there we go. Let's try this one. This was the question from earlier. Let's take a look at what happens with run, play, right, left, cast. Okie dokie. All right, so, let's just go straight to remix. And let's look at the question. Okay, I can't remember how to use the key, how to use key functionality. All right, so play button, on event, move left. Turn. Score. Place boat. So set position, boat vector. Jeez. Do you have a turn? Not sure which way this is supposed to go.
So Sophia said the right and left buttons don't currently function. I think that's what she's referring to with what's going on here.
Is it supposed to turn or just move left and right?
She's in chat. She should be able to answer you in a little delay.
Okay, right and left buttons don't function. So we would need, is this button called move left? Let's make this default just for now. Yeah, move left. Okay, on event, move left. Okay, so on event, move left, you don't need this if else. Move left is just changing the boat location. And do we have a move right button? On event, move left. Oh no, yeah, move left, move right. So we need a event handler for that. On event, move right button. Change the boat location to plus.
Is this really similar to the something we did in Unit 5 with the thing moving back and forth across the screen?
I'm not sure. And we need to place boat, place fish. Oh yeah, we need to run place boat every time. It doesn't look like the catch, like if you had, like if the cast thing, well, let's see what happens. I can solve this problem without it being a, let's change this to a plus. And I'd probably make the interval like 10. like that. Okay, so that makes it move. And then let's see what happens. Yeah, if you have buttons on there, it's just going to be event handlers for the buttons. Is place fish a yeah, I don't know what your place fish is doing. I don't know what is active canvas. What is canvas 2? Yeah, I don't think you need. I don't really ever use canvas for anything. Move to. Oh, okay, that's a turtle function. I like that. Cast button, click. Does it do anything? Oh, yeah. Huh. I'm not sure why it's not writing.
I don't know if you see it, but Sophia is kind of answering some questions in chat as you're asking.
Okay,
I know you're
casting works.
talking to yourself, but
Turtle moves. Oh yeah, I gotta. I should have put the. Maybe canvas. Maybe background. Does background need to move back? And then I know you're probably writing something. Give me a second here. Trying to make it right. I don't know why the pen RGB. Oh, you made the pen RGB. Let's just make it black. Turn right. Why is it not drawing? Pen down, pen width. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Back and forth. I didn't know whether to use key function. Yeah, use the buttons. Casting works. And the turtle moves to the right place. It's just that the line doesn't draw. Place fish is just a randomized location. Okay. So in other words, how to get the turtle to draw. Let's see here. What if we make background hidden and canvas hidden? Okie dokie. How do you get the drawing to... Maybe it is set active canvas. Let's go back and we want background. Not be hidden. Let's run that. No. Okay, so it's not over background. Okay, you have set active canvas, but okay, so here's what we'll do. Move to and draw a line from boat location dot x, boat location dot y. Let's see if this works. Dot x. Wonder if it'll let me do that. That doesn't look good. Maybe is it dot x? This is how it would be in JavaScript. I'm not sure if it lets x parameter not define. Boat location How would you do current? Okay, well, the move to, well, first of all, if we're using lines, move to and pen down, all this stuff isn't going to do anything. We're going to use the line tool, and the X location is boat location. Oh, boat location is an X. Is an X value because you're not moving up and down. So boat location is the X, and Y location is whatever the height of the boat is, which is probably somewhere in the down here. Let's say 225. Probably still writing more questions. Turtle. Haha. Okay, I'm sure. Location of deviating from 170. Let's try. Oh, we're spending a lot of time on this. 170 to this end of the line is going to be boat location. Distance from the side, and you may need to like add boat location plus 20, whatever. And the Y is going to be like 400. Let's see what happens if we do this run. Okay, we need to probably do some canvas tools here. Design. First, let's make sure canvas is all the way to the front. Sure. We don't want it hidden. Nope. And let's set stroke width to 5. Set stroke color. Sure. No. Draw. Unfortunately, I don't know very much about canvas. And that is becoming very obvious. Okay, line from boat location to boat location 170. Do we have any other turtle? Let's hide the turtle. Hide turtle. In fact, I probably should just get rid of that. Okay, so it's not working. So the answer to your question is I don't know. Let me work on that, and I'll bring it up next time. We'll probably do a stream on Friday. That might be too late. I don't know. If I come up with something, I'll email you tonight or something like that. I don't know. I've not spent very much time with Canvas. Is there something on here about setting a draw, category canvas, draw lines, active canvas, create canvas? Do you need to create canvas? Let's delete canvas 2. Let's go back to the code. Let's create canvas to canvas 3 and width 320, 450. Let's see if that works. No. Okay, which already exists. Canvas 33. Yeah, I don't know. I'll play around with it. We'll see if I can figure it out at some point. But keep working on it. I'll try to work on it at some point today. Yeah, I don't know about Canvas. I should really spend more time on that. All right, next question. Okay, we went over the check results thing. That was the travel app. And Trying to get my text box to display specific text. If two parameters are met, I've tried the code. Okay, let's take a look at this. One more question from the email. Hold on a second. I can't remember how to use the key functionality. I'm not sure. I wouldn't worry about. Oh, turn. Yeah, turn as in that. Are you. Do you have a place to display turn? Score. Well, turns is. Check update score, update screen. Update score. What does update score do? Determine score, change score. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with this get. Get determined score. Get X. But get X of. You need to get X of something. I don't think you can just get X. Oh, you're getting X of the turtle. Hmm. I don't know. I don't have an easy answer for you. Sorry. I think that was the other question. Yeah, turtle to the location of the fish. I would need to spend more time with that. I need to, yeah. Let me get through some of these questions and then I'll work on it maybe later. But so yeah, sorry, I don't have a more simple answer than that. Trying to make a text box display specific to try the code. Age requirements. Did I already open this one? No. Yes. Okay. Let's just look at the code, see what we got here. Try a specific set of text. If two parameters are met, try to code to make there be an age requirement first, but the age input in another text box is not registering and causes text displayed to always be the text below the else. Okay, let's see what we got here. The name, hello, let's see what happens. Start. Type your name below. Age below. Okay, so it always random movie function random var movie num random 1 through 16. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know where's the name used? Var action movies index 0. You don't need to. Okay, well, first of all, these are. If these are individual words, the way it looks like you kind of have this, you always want these three to be recommended. So I guess that's all right. You don't really need to create an array with one item in the array and then set it to the name of that array index 0. That's a little redundant, but that looks like it works. Update name, if our name is get text, set text of hello label, hello, that looks right. Insert item, the name, item index name. What does insert item? Insert item, the name, item index, name. Well, item index is going to be a number. I don't understand the point. This looks unnecessary. You're just setting the text to the name. Genre check. Check genre. Wow, that's a lot of code. Action movie choices. Update name. Do we have a check age? I don't. Oh, item index. You got a lot of redundant stuff here. That looks like it's going to work. Okay, so just reading, checking. The changes that I made were to a remixed. Sophia, to answer your question from chat, the changes I made were to my copy of a remix. So it's not. I can't change your project. You have to go through and make whatever changes, even though we didn't really come up with any solution. Anything that I did wouldn't have changed your project. Is this the question of anybody who is in the chat? Francis and Noah. Okay, so I don't think so. But we'll answer it for them anyway. All right. Reset everything. Restart button. You don't have anything where you're getting the age. Where are you setting age? Oh, yeah, you are. Never mind. Okay. If our age is get text, age input. Okay, so you don't need. First of all these if else's, they don't. I'm not sure if this is your problem, but this is a solution that you don't need the and here, because if the way your if else is set up is first it's checking if the value for age is over 17, and if it is, what does a else look like? If it is, then if it's over 17, it will do this. If it's not over 17, it will then check. So you don't have to have between, greater than 13 and less than 17, because anything that is over 17 would already have been kicked out, or would already have run this and kicked out and ignored the rest. So it's just sort of a that sort of thing. Also, what does if I just need to get rid of all the parentheses? Yeah, I just need to get rid of all the parentheses. So, and then the last one can just be an else, because it's the only other option. So you have greater than or equals 17. Anybody over 17 would run this. If they're not, then we go here and check if they're greater than or equal to 13, run this. But if they're not, we check to see if they're greater than 8, we run this. And the only other option is less than 8, and they get that. Okay, so again, I'm trying to make the text box display a specific set of text if two parameters are met. I've tried to code and make their age be a requirement first, but the age input in another text box is not registering causes display, always be the text below the else. Age display. Let's just run it in action movies. Let's try 9 and try to get action movie Incredibles. Yeah, that seems to work. Let's try action movie 19. And yeah, so this seems to work. I don't know. Maybe you have fixed it since you submitted this question, and the link is to the same project, so it's fixed, but that looks like it works. All right, last one for today. For my project, I am having the user input different details. It will tell you what kind of it will tell you what it been. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this at all. I've tried doing it similar to golf. How should I start it? Okay, so just some things here. I would say you don't, any of these variables, you don't get them until you hit a wow, you got a lot of options here. You may have this may be too much. I would get rid of 1 or 2 of these species of fish. I would switch it to just summer and winter. And I would get rid of the depth, because the number of possibilities multiplies. So if you have, right now you have 5 times 4 times however many different cutoffs of depth you decide to use as cutoffs, in which case you would need that many different result screens or result setups. So I would start by doing that. This is probably closer to one of like the dog breed app from a few days ago. Let's see here. Fine, that's the last one. And see dog breed app from, and what day did we work on that? That was probably on 5/18 from before. Um, 5/18. What was the stream before that? Question debug. Did we not? Oh, we didn't stream at all. 5/18, maybe 13. Let's see here. Which one was this?
All right.
Well, different shirt, same shirt, different tie. Is this the? Yeah. Okay, so this is it. So from 5/13, I think. Did we work on it on? So I think we had that issue where it was like creating a string. Yeah, so that was, we talked about that one on 513. Okay, and I think that's it. Let's hmm. Okay, so Sophia, your question about Remix. So the way it works is you send me the link, the share link of your project. I open it up and I can see it, but then I hit Remix is like making a save as. Remix just means save as. It doesn't change anything um, to the original project. So, and actually, you can't get to my remix. I could post it, but you saw what I did, and you'd be better off. Well, for most situations, people would be better off just following along the video. Although in your particular case, we didn't actually solve anything. I guess we solved the button thing a little bit. I don't really know about the whole canvas situation. So I think that's probably where. Let's read some more. Spotify, good invention. Yeah, Spotify's not enough. Let's do this. Wouldn't the app be the innovation? Um, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how we sound different from the College Board, but we are just reading their materials, so wouldn't the app be the innovation? The key is that it's a new innovation, like something that has changed in the last year or so, or an aspect about it that has changed in the last year or so. Um, Something like, now obviously this isn't an option, but an excellent topic when it came out would have been something like Pandora. Pandora using um, receiving people's inputs on, thumbs up and thumbs down, and using that to gather and come up and suggest songs for that the user might like based on everybody else's collective inputs. That is or was an incredible computing innovation. It used data that was the user's input, combined it in their algorithm to come up with other songs that any particular user might like. That is a computing innovation. It's obviously
Yeah, and
out
I
of
think
date, but yeah.
I think another thing is, I mean, just saying Spotify by itself is a computer innovation or computing innovation. First off, I think Spotify's been around for a very long time. So you need to focus on like an innovation, as in um, Spotify could have had innovations recently in what they're doing. That just, it's up to you to find those innovations. So like they might have changed something about how they distribute or how they code or how they um, pick what to give you as an innovation, but you can't just say Spotify is an innovation and go from there, just because it's too broad. Like the app itself is just an app. I mean, Spotify is more than just an app. It's actually, it's web based. So I think you need to dig a little bit deeper and think a little more critically about what the computing innovation is. So straight from the performance task, it says, in this performance task, you will explore a computing innovation of your choice. A computing innovation is an innovation that includes a computer or program code as an integral part of its functionality. So you got to be a little bit more specific, I think, when going into these.
Let's see here. So it's probably in this document. Um, the majority of the emails that I've been getting are from people who are clearly not watching the stream. Like I said, um, everything for, and Adam, I'm happy you're here in the stream. This is the best way to get quick feedback and clarification. But everything that you need from the College Board and are supplied resources are in these two posts, create task, explore task, and all the documents, the instructions, submitting, written response template, and so on. Okay, so the suggestion service from Pandora, well, or from Spotify, that is a computing innovation. I don't know if it's recent enough for them to count it as like something. Do they have they made an innovation in that area in the last year? I don't know if they've added some feature or some improvement that the the app or the whatever uses. If you're really at a loss for a topic, I would try just trying to find some like tech magazines or websites that talk about amazing innovations, and if they're reporting on it in the last year, first of all, it's a topic that something has changed on, and that can be a source because you need a source that was published since the end of the last school year. So there's that. Okay. Any other questions? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to, I think we're on about a 10-second lag, which is pretty darn good, I think. I guess we'll probably stream again on Friday, I think. Don't really have what we're talking about was about the explore task. Coming up with a good topic to do your report on, and your computational artifact, your whatever poster type of thing. Is probably, let's see, we talked about that a lot in the info stream from April. Well, we probably did it April 2nd, if that's when we created this. Okay, so I think we'll probably call it there. Mobile phone be a good. Okay, it's got to be something that's new. A mobile phone is a big innovation for sure, but Tesla Smart Summit. Yes, I don't know if that's recent, but the idea of an innovation that takes your GPS location and combines it with some sort of map API and uses that to control the car. That's a great use of input data, converting it into some sort of output, which is a focus. The focus is about the data. Like this, the input would not be, or the topic would not be Tesla. The topic would be smart summon or remote driverless something. It's like the use of the data is the topic, and I'm not sure if something has happened in the last year, or an improvement has happened with that in the last year. But self-driving cars and driverless cars, that is certainly an area in which a lot of technological innovation is happening, and there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the last year and sources that you can find from the last year. Okay, so I think you're onto something. Just spend some time on it and make sure you are happy to answer your questions. Make sure you're working from the rubric. Okay, the rubric from the College Board is the same rubric I'm going to be grading from. In the grade book, it's going to be 8 assignments for each one, and 10 points each. So you're going to get the 10. If you get this row, you'll get those 10. 10 out of 10 for those for that assignment. So it's going to be a lot of all or nothing for row 6 or row 7. Some of them are just freebies, especially from the create. Like, they selected part of the program but didn't select all of the program. That's full points for like row for something like that. Like a lot of them are freebies. Create task. Yeah, I would say you can use um, others people's images
Yeah,
from.
I'd say if you want to just be extra careful with pulling in images from the internet, you can always do some sort of citation in your code as a comment at the end. If I think that it can be a common thing, you can just kind of do like a APA citation at the end of it, but
Yeah,
comment it out.
that is a an excellent idea. Better safe than sorry, but um, I don't think if you've already submitted something and you used um, images from the internet, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But that definitely would look good if you. Um, oh, I was explaining stuff on my screen. I had the chat up. Um, yeah, so just take a look at if you have questions about the.
Yeah, it says provide acknowledgement for code used in your program that is not your own. So I think that technically doesn't count as code, but you can still provide acknowledgement, which would be good.
Agreed. Okay. If you guys have any questions, the best way to do it is through the question form. Let's get rid of this one. And the form that is available. There we go. Google Forms to submit your questions, and we will answer them on stream, if not sooner. Okay. Do you have anything else, Mr. Drusi?
No, I think just if it could be helpful to us, and I was going to kind of ask you about it, um, when people are turning in things to Google Classroom, so when you turn in your Create task to Google Classroom and you turn in your Explore task to Google Classroom, if you're turning it in PDF format like you're supposed to College Board, that would be helpful for us. And then if you put in like a private comment or something along those lines that I'm taking the AP. Can you check to make sure my formatting is correct? So you turn in, for instance, your create task with the 3 documents, turn them in exactly how you would when you're turning them into College Board, and just put a private message in there and say, hey, can you double check these? That way we know you're turning them into AP, and we can double check them and be like, yes, your PDF is good, your video is good, and your, well, I guess it would be 2 PDFs and 1 video or whatever it is for each task. I think that could be helpful. Yeah, and I think Friday, and we got to discuss this. I think Friday we
Oh,
can do like a turn-in stream and just go over each of the. We'll just go kind of in order and be like, this is how you turn this in, this is how you do that, and then I think Friday, if that works for you, we'll talk a little bit and we'll post it on Classroom about a turn-in stream about turning things in.
yeah, my mic was off a second ago. Um, when you are submitting things to these assignments, make sure that you are either using uh, attach the file if it's a PDF, which is the format you need for College Board. If you're not doing the AP test and you just want to attach the Google Drive document for the written response, that's fine. You will need a PDF for code print. There's no other way to submit the code print. And the video is a video file. You would need, I wonder if you can Google Drive a video. Either way, the the point is, don't use link. I don't want a share link of your documents. It is more than just an extra step, and it is just follow directions. Just don't do that. Okay. All right. So that's what we're gonna call it, and we'll see you at some point on Friday. We need to check our collective calendars. But oh, are you muted? No, you should be able to talk, Mr. Rusi.
I mean, I didn't really say anything important, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
okay. But we're just gonna do a turn-in stream on Friday. Oh, I don't know. I think Mr. Holt's good now. Yeah, I can hear me. I can hear you in there. So I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Everything's breaking. I think it's a good time to end the stream, and then we'll do a turn-in stream on Friday.
Sounds good. All right. See you guys Friday.